5-year-old Hind Rajab was in a car in Gaza with her aunt, uncle, and 3 cousins when an Israeli tank opened fire at close range, riddling the car with bullets. Only Hind and her 15-year-old cousin, Layan, survived the initial attack. Layan called Palestinian emergency services but was shot dead while still on the phone. When rescuers called back, Hind answered and stayed on the line with them for 3 hours.
ميتين؟ الضباب جنبية هي بتتحرك هي نحكي معك أنا معك يا عمري لما في حدا بتفكر طيب لا ما تعجبيني
An ambulance was dispatched with 2 paramedics to save her, but contact with both Hind and the ambulance was lost. It was 12 days before rescuers could reach the site. The ambulance was found burned out, the paramedics' bodies incinerated. Hind's decomposed body lay in the bullet-riddled car beside her family. This was not an isolated crime. It is part of a systematic campaign by the IDF targeting Palestinian civilians, including the targeting of children and infants. Israeli quadcopters have turned schoolyards into hunting grounds. 6-year-old Mohammed Abu al-Atta was shot in the head while playing in the schoolyard of the Gaza girls' school. 10-year-old Yasmin al-Fayoumi was struck in the foot and hand as she played outside Abdel Fattah Hamouda School. Dr. Nizam Mahmoud, a British surgeon who volunteered at a Gaza hospital, broke down as he described to the British Parliament what he witnessed.
What I think I found particularly disturbing was that a bomb would drop maybe on a crowded, tented area, and then the drones would come down and pick off civilians, children. And we had description after description. This is not, an occasional thing. This was day after day after day, operating on children who would say, I was lying on the ground after a bomb had dropped, and this quadcopter came down and hovered over me and shot me. And that's clearly a deliberate act, and it was a persistent act, persistent targeting of civilians day after day. We had 1 or 2 mass casualty incidents every day. But most of the drone injuries we saw were 1, 2, sometimes 3 shots. And these pellets were in a way more destructive than bullets, because if you're shot in the chest with a bullet, if it misses your heart, goes on the other side, it can go through your lung and out the back. You'll probably survive. But with the drone pellets, what I found was they would go in and they would bounce around. So they would cause multiple injuries. So I had a 7-year-old boy, the one I described earlier, who gave a very clear description. He had an entry point here. He came in with his stomach hanging out of his chest. He had an injury to his liver, spleen. Bowel, arteries. So quite extensive destruction from a single entry point. And he survived that and went out a week later. Whether he's still alive, I don't know.
Surgeons describe a steady stream of children with a single shot to the head or chest, clear evidence of targeting. Like 2-year-old Layan al-Majdalawi, who was shot while walking with her family in Gaza City, or 6-year-old Mira Tanbura, who was shot in the heart while walking with her family on a route the IDF had declared a safe evacuation corridor. More chilling still, doctors describe evidence of IDF snipers turning shooting children into a game.
And what was even more distressing was the pattern of injuries that we saw, the clustering of injuries to particular body parts on certain days. So one day they'd be coming in predominantly with gunshot wounds to the head or the neck, another day to the chest, another day to the abdomen. And I operated one day on half a dozen young boys, all of whom had severe abdominal injuries. One day, 12 days ago, 4 young teenage boys came in, all of whom had been shot in the testicles, and deliberately so. And this is not coincidental. The clustering was far, far too obvious to be coincidental. And it seemed to us like this was almost like a game of target practice. We're going to shoot the head today, tomorrow it'll be the chest, the next day it'll be the testicles. I would never have believed this possible unless I'd witnessed this with my own eyes.
But there are more efficient ways to kill children than one bullet at a time. Mothers starved of calories cannot produce milk. Infants deprived of formula die in their cribs. Several foreign doctors and aid workers have reported that Israeli authorities confiscated only the baby formula from their luggage at crossings into Gaza, leaving the medical supplies untouched. Dr. Ahmed Al-Farah, the head of pediatrics at Nasser Hospital in Khan Yunis, said, "I can't begin to describe how bad things are. Right now, we have enough formula for about 1 week. But we also have infants outside the hospital without any access to milk. It's catastrophic." This starvation was engineered. For months, Israel choked off supplies to UNRWA's network of 400 food distribution points. By spring 2024, UNRWA food operations had shut down for lack of supplies. Israel and the U.S. rolled out the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation in late May 2025. Instead of 400 UNRWA distribution points, GHF offered just 4 IDF-secured hubs, often shut for days at a time. The GHF sites were designed to be chaotic death traps. 615 Palestinians have been killed and 1,380 injured while seeking food at GHF centers in only the first 7 weeks of operation. This is not relief. It is extermination by other means. From bullets to blockades, from drones to starvation, the strategy is the same: to erase a people. Little Hind Rajab is no longer with us, but her voice lives on. It is the voice of all the children of Gaza, calling us to action and crying out for justice. Thanks for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons if you would like to see more content like this.